Alright, hi everybody. I'm Mohamed Aziz Beshara Idara, also known as Mo, and this is my presentation about the feminist critic. So as you all know, change is a component characterizing the evolution of things in the world. And in the same angle, change has characterized the way feminism has been defined through the time. And according to the dictionary, feminism is the doctrine advocating social, political, and all other rights of women equal to those of men. And through the time, three historical waves have been selected to define the word feminism through the time. So the first wave is from the 18th century until World War II, which is approximately 1939. At that time, females were defined as really not equal to men. So they were not considered at all. And I can emphasize this idea by my reading about Sophie Germain in the Historic Woman in STEM. Sophie Germain was not considered by your male colleagues. She wasn't treated as a female mathematician, even though she spent all her lifetime doing mathematics and stuff. And Delmar in the mid 1800s defined feminism as the qualities of females, which describe a wake-up call for women. They're starting to realize that they have been so much marginalized, and they have to wake up and do something to reclaim their rights. And this created a second wave, which is late in the 19th century and early in the 20th century. And at that time, women starting to fight for their rights, and we can also see that there have been a lot of creation of women organization and stuff like that. And the movie Iron Angels can exemplify this idea. We've seen the movie that at that time women started to fight, stuff like that. And now I have to go back a bit. That was the third one. All right, and the third wave represents the 1980s back until now, which is like a more broad definition of the word feminism. At that time, women started to include like differences such as racial differences, religion, and minorities such as women of color and stuff like that to include and fight. So they even were not agreeing with the women of the second wave, because they kind of dismissed women of color and other minorities. So for my own definition of feminism, I define feminism as enters women. Why? Because they are like the new conscious generation of women looking forward to standing up and fighting for what they have lost since the beginning. What do they have lost? They have lost their right and interest in the society, which are pushed down by the law and culture. Also can seen by the movie Iron Angels. So who am I? Feminist or pro-feminist? I see myself as a pro-feminist, even though I don't really do any specific action to help them. But I kind of feel the same way they really feel. And because women have been dismissed to an inferior rank since the beginning of everything. And the last reason why I consider myself as a pro-feminist is because of my mom and my sister. I really love my sister, and I don't want her to be experiencing the same thing women in my country have experienced since the beginning till now. They're still experiencing those stuff. And I'll go for the second one, feminist critique. For this section, I've thought about coming up with something unique. Since the beginning of this class, we've been talking about women in developed countries, such as USA, Europe, Australia, and stuff. So I thought about coming, letting you guys know about what women in my country experience. So women in developing countries, such as my country is Burkina Faso. And we've seen in that one, like, women are really excluded from the society. And by the way, I will be using the Moses theory about knowledge as male to reflect on how this theory contributes to the exclusion of women from the African society. So the first is expectations to males since the past. So since the past, males have been taught that they should be the main providers, and females are supposed to be good housewives. And this idea stays in people's mind, and men kind of feel they're superior to women. Even me, sometimes I feel the same way too, before I take that class, of course. So that's to say, like, the society really puts the females behind males. And the second is about education. While males go to school, learn things about the real world, women are confined to stay home and learn how to cook and be good housewives. Even women who have earned degrees are sometimes obliged to stay home and perform the domestic chores. A good example of this is my mom. She's got a PhD in law. She's been to school, she's got a PhD in law. But actually, since she got married with my dad, she doesn't work. My dad doesn't want her to work because he assumes you can take care of her and all of us, so she doesn't work till now. And this is because of the tradition. The tradition wants female to be behind males. And the third one is the society recognizes male as knowledgeable than females. We think, not we think, but the society in my country thinks that men should know everything more than females. And a good example of this is, like, in the government. You can see it's kind of blurry, but we have 32 members, 32 ministers in the government, but only with 3 females among the 32 males. And females are not given the high positions in my country, like CEOs, because they won't be respected by the male workers. They will just assume, like, okay, she's a female, she can be leading people in the company and stuff. So they're not respected at all back home. I mean, like, if they're CEOs or occupying high positions. All right, so for the course reflections, I say my first thought was totally wrong, because I remember last semester, before I leave to go back to my country, I came to Temi. I wanted her to help me with my registrations. And after she proposed me, okay, I have a women's study class that I teach here on UW Platteville, so if you're interested, you can take it. I was like, okay, I'll think about it. So when I came, I decided to take the class, but I really thought it was like a biology class. Like, we'll be talking about women, reproduction, stuff like that. And then when I came, it's women in engineering. Oh, that's awesome. And so I had a different idea. It again. So I really like the class discussions that gave me different ideas, thoughts, and also like the environment of sharing, learning in a respectful climate. It helped me confirm my reflections and fosters my openness to new ideas. And I really get to know all of you guys around here. And the two scholarly articles really brought good ideas and new reflections. And the third one is the historic women in STEM. I really loved doing my paper about Sophie Germain. I learned a lot about her. I didn't know she was a great mathematician and all of these informations about her. And also the volunteer services. I work with young females and stuff, so you can see the pictures. This one here is mine. There you go. So it was a good experience working with those females. They were really willing to do mathematics, but every time one question comes up, I remember one girl asking me, like, okay, I heard STEM career is usually for males. I was like, because it's difficult. I'm like, yeah. Well, it is not that difficult, but it is not only for males. Females also can do. And I took my example about Sophie Germain, and I started to explain her how Sophie Germain succeeded in your life and stuff. I thought it was that woman, this female. Yeah, it was her actually. And also like the guest speakers that I've been talking about. I really like the class and everything. So those are my references, and if you guys have any comment or questions, just let me know.
Ben.
What was that picture like 3 slides ago? Can you go back a couple?
Okay.
Keep going.
This one?
No, go away.
That one on the
The duck
right.
thing?
This one?
Duck? Or,
What is that?
It's like a camel, I would say.
It's a platypus.
I thought it was a platypus.
It's a platypus.
Oh, really?
Okay, I can see it now.
I just got it from Google.
Citation platypus.
I just got it from Google, so I don't know.
What is it?
Okay, questions? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Caleb.
Caleb.
Do you think that you'll take things you've learned here back to your country?
Excuse me?
Do you think that you'll take things that you learned in this class back to your country?
Sure. Sure.
That might be very
'Cause
difficult, though.
It might be difficult, though. Seriously, it might be difficult because this idea still remains in people's mind that females are supposed to be good housewives and males are supposed to be the main providers of the family. So this idea will still remain, but I mean, people who are better off are starting to realize that females' rights should be changing.
Yeah, and I think what Mo is saying is in his country, it's to a much greater extreme than it might be here,
Yes,
right? Even, I mean, we've talked about issues like that happening in our country,
yeah.
but it's much more extreme, right? Am I understanding you correctly?
Exactly. So I will even characterize my country as the first wave of feminism, but going through the second wave.
Good.
That is a really good, interesting
Analogy.
observation.
Yeah.
Ben has a comment, and then Eric.
Is it more just because of tradition or like religion that?
Tradition.
Okay.
Tradition.
And then Eric.
You said are you studying civil engineering now?
I'm going for industrial.
Boy.
Are there any women engineers over there then, or?
I haven't really started taking any industrial classes yet, but next semester, yes. So, but in all my, like in my math class, there are only 2 girls. So.
Eric, were you asking, are there any female engineers in Burkina Faso?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was your question. Sorry. I would say
Or you might not know.
just no. I know a little bit, but not like they're not enough in science fields.
Well, you can maybe make some change, even if it's a small change, you know, in a small community. Maybe there's some ways that you can educate people.
In the
Yeah.
same way that you talked to that girl about Sophie Germain.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm gonna start with my sister first.
That's a good idea.